Good afternoon on what is a cold, bright and sunny day. It is Wednesday, December the 6th. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And quite a heavy package to unbox. So let's get a knife to this carefully. There we go. I can just pull this free. And there's just this big thing inside. So let's see if I can get the if I can pull the tape off, I can reuse the bubble wrap. That's one layer off. So bear with me a moment. There's even more here. So I can just almost there, almost there. Sorry, it's just a lot of, it's well wrapped. It's well wrapped, so. Now, I didn't want to just rip straight into it because I don't want to damage this colossal box. This is Dungeon Crawl Classics 51, Castle Whiterock, an adventure that takes characters from level 1 to 15. It's the greatest dungeon story ever told. An adventure, it's a huge adventure. So, and this has been, there are a couple of things I've been really after for Dungeon Crawl Classics. One of these is this, which I finally got a copy, paying a whole lot less than the going rate of about £250 or $250, depending upon where it pops up. The greatest dungeon story ever told. As the flame of my second life sputters and dims, I find myself thinking more and more on those heroes who, though we met first as enemies, granted me another opportunity to sip from life's cup. Great were their deeds and deep were their wisdom, yet the tales of their adventures in the Castle Whiterock has not been told. The helpless lives they saved and the wicked lives they ended, the diabolic ingenuity of their adversaries, desperate moments when hope was faint, and a final victory over the terrible dragon Benthros. If I'm granted sufficient time, I will see this amended. The world will know the champions of Castle Whiterock. Castle Whiterock is a complete campaign. The box holds more than 700 pages of material, enough to take a new character from to 15th level and fuel a campaign for years. It contains 4 books detailing the dungeon's 15 levels and 14 sub-levels, coloured according to level: red book, blue book, green book, and black book. Every map location is fully described with stats included. A 56 pages gazetteer Kingdom of Moraine, including the town of Silmar, a 48-page book of maps, a 32-page book of player handouts, a poster map showing Silmar on one side and the final 2 levels of the dungeon in the reverse, 6 leaf character sheets, the pretty for the heroes ready to play out the box, plus 1 black character sheet to copy later for use, a 16-page glossary. And this originally cost $99 when published. So let's open up and see what we've got in here. And the first thing we have is the book of maps. So this is going to be huge. And I'm probably not going to show you absolutely everything, but as you can see, the style of the maps is that of kind of classic Dungeons and Dragons from the 80s, late 80s, and from sort of like the late 70s and early 80s, sort of reminiscent of certainly things like G1 Hall of the Steading of the Hill Giant Chief. So there's a couple of stains on here. Okay, so you know it's been used. You know, you're never going to find this I think this is a sheaf of just extra content because that looks to be photocopied. So let's just put that to one side. And there's more of this. Let's see if I can actually pull that out. These are just some of the handouts of the player's book. And then we get down to this is the Kingdom of Moran Gazetteer. You can see there's a map of the kingdom on the back. So, you know, it's very dense, text heavy. So not necessarily a lot to really kind of see or stand out. So we get a date on this. Goodman Games doesn't actually give a date on this. But you've got chapters in here on Moraine Gazetteer overview, cinema, the lay of the land, culture, heroes, villains of and rulers of the land, history, campaigns set in Moraine. So if I actually flip forward, so essentially we have a look at the heroes, villains, and rulers of the land. You've got a bit more there to see because you've actually got some proper illustrations, and you've got this. The other thing I would complain about it is you've got this text over a watermark, which really makes it difficult to read. Then we've got the history. Okay. And then campaign set Moraine, the last chapter of this book. Now this is such a big campaign setting, big box, that I somehow doubt that it'll ever be republished. Here's the section of the handouts, and you've got the list on the front there, because the amount of work it would take to actually adapt and even represent in a fashion that would be accessible without doing another big box. You could probably do it in sort of like the same version as the original adventures reincarnated that Goodman Games have done for B1 In Search of the Unknown and B2 Keep on the Borderlands. You know, and also doing for Dark Tower. And these here, the handouts here, sort of reminiscent of sort of like the handout books you would get in the special modules, beginning with S1 Tomb of Horror, and its sequels. So that's the book of handouts. You have poster map of the town, and then the dungeon levels on the back. This is, you've got a poster for all of the titles. This is the fluff. This is the basically the Goodman Games fluff, because you've got all the titles from Goodman Games at the time of this set's publication, which would have been basically 2008. So this is 15 years old, this set. And because this set essentially has been sent to me, I purchased it, you've actually got, this is the read first thing, so this would be the first thing you would see, and you open it up, you've basically got, welcome to Castle Whiterock, and we've got an index and glossary. And the other thing to bear in mind is that at the same time, Goodman Games published this, basically would have been a couple of mini modules for this setting, one of which would have been released for Free RPG Day at the time. And as I said, this has been one of my sort of like unicorns, as it were, something I've really been after. And I wouldn't have been able to get it without the help of Bud at Bud's RPG Reviews. So thank you very much to him. Oddly, I've got an advert for the Star Wars miniatures game in there. I don't think that should be in there, but okay. And then the sample characters. And these sheets, essentially, you can see that these go back to the style of sheet is still being used for Dungeon & Core Classics, although this would have been a D20 system setting at the time. And that's a blank sheet, so you've got those as well, and then you've got the first book in here. So I mean, this is just massive. This is Dungeon Core Classics 51, Peril, Paradise and Plunder. That's levels 6 through 9B, and then we have the Crown of the Bone. That's 9C through 12A. And this is levels 13 through 15. And I'm wondering whether I'm actually missing a volume in here. Because that's levels 6 through 5B. There must be another book in here. I think I am. I'm missing the red book, so I've literally got to go back to the seller and say I'm missing a book. I'm really fantastic. I really got this, but as it's not quite complete, this is going to be, it's going to go. Right, okay. So I am going to be delving into this thing deeper. I'll probably have a look at each of the individual books when I have them, but I now have to follow this up, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. So what I'm actually missing is that book there, but I'll get hold of it somehow. I'll go back to the seller. So anyway, so that is Castle Whiterock, an adventure that takes characters from level 1 to 15, published by Goodman Games in 2008. So I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And of course, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here in the Nook with a package containing a book or game, in this case a campaign, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.